What's going on? We're outside with Comedian817. Today's topic I'm going to be speaking on is you're not as gangster as you say. You're not as gangster as you say. The reason I say that, you always have a lot of people, they'll post on social media where they at. They'll say, we outside, pull up. You can see my skin peeling. I had sunburn. They said, we outside, pull up. I'm over here off of Ardelia or something. We outside, pull up. My social media platform is such. And they put money to their head. They doing all different kind of stuff until they putting their stuff up and people are watching and they end up getting robbed. And the first thing they do is go to social media and say, man, these people are crazy. How did they find me? They forgot. They gave their GPS system. As you can see, these country flies be flying in the Negroes, in the ninjas' mouth when I'm talking and stuff. You know, like I say, I'm outside, so there's bugs flying everywhere. There's flies, there's all kinds of stuff, gnats and stuff. I had a spider on my leg a minute ago. I had to swipe out. But you got these ninjas out here that say we outside. They all big and bold. They busting their caps. They slanging. They doing all these things and talking about we outside. And the first thing when somebody robbed them, they go say, you know what, we need to do better, help the streets. They saying all this stuff. But are you really as gangster as you say? For instance, me and my brother was at a store some years back in Fort Worth. And we was shopping. We was getting some clothes and different things. And we was just looking around trying to get some new gear, some fresh gear for the summertime. But we were in this store and we looked over, and this dude from the neighborhood, because we stayed in some apartments, this dude in the neighborhood was over in the corner looking suspicious and everything. And you could see him over there rambling, you know, putting stuff. And I say, you know, he was all blued out. I could tell he was a Crip. I've seen him before in some apartment complexes. So, you know, he was part of a set and everything. Around his boys, he claimed he was hood and he was gangster. But the thing about it that I found out, that me and my brother found out, he was not as gangster as he say. Because as he was over there in the corner, he started stuffing clothes inside his pants. He was stuffing them clothes inside the pants. We looked over there, and me and my brother said, man, this ninja is stealing something. And we were not the only one that seen it, but a little Asian man, a little Asian man, he looked about 4 feet tall. Like on the movies, you killed my brother. You know, this little Asian man come down these stairs and he walked past us. He was short, like a midget or whatever, but he was very short. And this little Asian man walked over in the corner, and all of a sudden, I don't know if y'all know the tongue and death grip that the wrestlers use, but you see him at light speed go to this guy's throat, and he grabbed something in his esophagus that made, and this dude was taller than him. So you see a 4-foot Asian man grab maybe a 6-foot Negro by the throat. And all of a sudden you see their hand go like a video game. And the guy paused. He couldn't move. He had him paralyzed. And all of a sudden the guy was like, wait, don't move. And as he was sitting there and he was waiting in wait mode because he was paralyzed, God had cut off his air supply and everything. He wait, don't move, wait. And that gangster, all of a sudden, a tear come running down his face. Me and my brother said he lost his street cred right there. Thank goodness people wasn't filming it or whatever, because he lost his street cred. All I can hear, this song's dedicated to my homies in that gangster lean. That's all I could think about. I said, if I ever see this ninja again throwing up his set and representing, I'm going to remind him he wasn't as gangster as he say. So the little Asian guy had him by the throat, and all of a sudden, this guy broke loose, and he jumped over this table, and he bust out the door. So the next week, we see this guy over in the apartment complex walking around, smoking his weed, doing different things. And we just bust out laughing because he was all of a sudden a thug again. But that lets you know around your boys, you might be a gangster, but in private, when somebody catch you by yourself, are you as gangster as you say you are? It's Comedian 817. I'm out.